and I wanna see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the program. How y'all doing out there today? Everybody all right on a Monday? It is Monday, isn't it? I think. Take it away, sweet Sister Mercy.
It's the Weekend Review.
Hey, Dirk. Jeff Vance. What's up, Jeff? Hi, Rob. Skip in the house. We got Liars for Hire, Crying Out Loud. Gosh. All the others. We're representing Jeff Vance, mercenary musician. He's in tons of bands. Yes. Bob Klein in the house. Show. All right, everybody, welcome to the program. It is Monday, August 12th. We are here with our weekend update. If you saw somebody play over the weekend, you want to give a shout out, drop it in the comments. We'll let a few people catch up with the live broadcast here. Right now, we are live both on the Book of Face and the Tube of You and various other platforms. If you haven't checked those out, check them out. We'll talk to you about that. Kevin Cooper in the house on the YouTube. It notified him. Thank you. Well, finally, it's doing what it's supposed to. YouTube's pretty stable. They do that. The Book of Face, you could throw a dart at the wall and never know what's happening on this platform sometimes as well. Welcome, everybody. Hope you had a great week of live local music. Huge events going on this weekend. The VOA Country Music Fest. My goodness, what a crowd they had for that one. Jeez. Hundreds of thousands of people. I got to give a big shout out to our friend John Clare for all the great photographs he took there. He was one of the photographers for the event. Got some great pictures. He did. And Kevin says Book of Face still does not know. No, yeah, I've given up on them. You can't talk to a human, even if you do get the verified check mark half the time. It doesn't work. So just so you know, don't fall for that either. It will. It did protect me, though. It did get my page kind of rejuvenated when we got, I don't know, what do you call it? Hacked, invaded, something like that. And then we had somebody complaining on us and all that. So we had to play that game with them a little bit. Hey, welcome to your number one source for live local music news, bands, venues, and more, and your home for everything music here at All Around Town Radio. Don't forget to hit the share button on any of our shows when you're watching them. Share them with your music-loving friends. Also, if you could, guys, we're kind of at a stop. It's weird. We're at a stop on the page right now on climbing number-wise. We'd like to get to 10K. We're about 8,800. I think it's something at this point. So we'd love if you could share the page with your music-loving friends. Get them to give us a little follow or like. We'd appreciate that very much. Got to get up there to the 10K mark. It's weird. We gain, 60 or so a month, and you'll lose 30 or 40. But during political climates like this, a lot of people drop off the old Book of Face. I know how that works. Hey, Carlos, we're going to talk about his band here in just a moment. Good to see you with us. It was great to see you Saturday night. It was, or Friday night. I'm sorry. It was Friday. Yeah. What day is it? I don't know. So thank you guys. We appreciate the shares last week, the great views on the show that we had. We had 8,000 views on the Thursday show, the Who's Playing Out show. That's the most important one we do of the week because it features all the musicians and the venues in the tri-state that report into us and take time out of their day to send us what's happening at their place so we can put it on our list, as we say. Got to thank Tom Peterson again, Rob Olson, Mike Reeder. That show with Tom Peterson of Cheap Trick is doing well. We got 20,000 plays on that one. We appreciate that and all the shares that people did for that one. And that was a fun one, talking about guitars with Tom Peterson from Cheap Trick. That was good. And what do we got here? Got some comments here. Hi, Mark. Thanks for dropping in. Good to have you with us. Yeah, it was great hanging with you guys, but, you know, just get to say hi in passing because you've got like 6 bazillion fans there for your band, man. That's a great following you guys have, and we'll talk about it here in just a minute. A couple housekeeping items to talk about. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials, guys. We're on Instagram, of course, the Book of Face, YouTube, and we're also on the X platform. We don't tweet, though. We just voyeur. And then also we are on the Tick of Talk. I'm learning that a little bit, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that. Takes a lot of work. It does. And anybody following local music, are they following TikTok? Is that where they're looking? I don't know. I don't think so. But let's get rolling on down the road here. Our weekly programming comes to you, of course, every Monday with our what we call the Weekend Update. Tuesday, Hot Topic Tuesday with Karis and myself, my co-host with the most, Karis. Wednesday with the band, where we feature band interviews on Wednesdays. And then our Thursday, Who's Playing Out. We take Fridays off normally unless we have special programming. And this week in music for us, I want to give a big shout out to my friends at Heather's. Heather sponsors our Thursday show and also brings me to the stage there every Wednesday, all the way from April through November. And can't say enough about how Heather runs a great business and her staff. We had 35 teams, almost 300 players there on Wednesday night playing Name That Tune. We just have a blast with that. I call it a family. Believe me, these people are great to come in there. We have some fun. We had some new players too, which was fun. Hey, if you're out there, guys, please say hi. I'd love to hear from you today. So drop a comment if you will. And if you're watching after we're live, don't forget you can comment then as well, and we'll answer those comments or make a comment back at you. We'll do something like that. Took a night off on Thursday. I was really into the Olympics this year. I watched the Olympics a lot, and I'm kind of sad it's over, to be honest with you. One thing I said on Thursday's show, and I'll say it again, the Olympics gave me hope of people coming together and not being hateful to each other. Because watching the athletes and how they respect each other for their amount of work that they put in to get to that level is amazing to me. And I just really liked it. So we got a chance to watch the closing ceremonies for a few minutes yesterday, and in between getting to see some live music and such. So I took the night off Thursday and kind of watched some Olympic stuff and just vegged at home. It was good. Okay, let's see. I'm looking at some comments here real quick, and then we'll get to our week in review. And again, if you guys saw a band or you were at a venue over the weekend, you want to give them a shout out or the week, please do so. Dirk says Heather is awesome. She is awesome. She's the best to work with. Harlan in the house. Kick Engines represented. Good to have you with it. Hi, John. Watching from Columbus. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate you. And Sean Cooper in the house. It's great to run into you as well a couple times this weekend. It was good, Mr. Sean Cooper. It was. Hi, Leah. How are you? Got to see Visitor. All right. There we go. On Saturday night. And then you played, of course, had a wonderful show, I'm sure, at the Yellow Springs Art Fair or Art Fest or whatever they call it. Dirk said, hey to Coop. Coop's in the house from Milano's, guys. He does live music every Wednesday at Milano's. He doesn't, but people do it. He brings it to you. All right, let me get to it. Let me talk about Friday. I have got to hit up this. I am kicking myself for never seeing this band before. I've been offered, I've been sent messages, and it's just never worked out. But I got a chance. We were going to hit the Moose up for dinner. The Moose in Miamisburg has a great steak dinner on a Friday night. Shameless plug for them. And we had a good time. there. We didn't get a chance to have dinner because it was so packed, early packed because of the band that they had, and that was Britches Down. And the Miamisburg Moose, a great place to see live music. Big room, holds a lot of people, 300 or so, 400 people in the room. I think they said their door attendance through the door that night was off the chain. So really a good thing at the Moose. On Friday, we went down into Miamisburg and hit up Bullwinkle's for dinner, which is right next to the amphitheater there, if you know where it is. And a big shout out going to our friends from Springfest in the Berg. You know, I get to MC that event every year, and I'm honored to be a part of that. And they were voted best festival in Dayton on the Dayton.com site. So hats off to our friends from Springfest in the Berg, and doing a great job of bringing not only music, crafts, food, everything to that new Riverfront Park, which is absolutely spectacular in Miamisburg. And any bands, man, try to get on the list to play some of those festivals and the events that go on down there, because you'll love playing that amphitheater, other than the fact that it faces west. And when the sun goes down, it gets a bit toasty on that stage, but you can get over that when you're playing to a big crowd there. You can. All right, let's talk about Britches Down. Full house. Standing room only in this place at the Moose. When I got there, I guess it was around, 8:30, 9 o'clock at the latest. It was humping. It was happening. This band has a huge following to begin with, I will say, and faithful following, which is always great to see for a band out there playing locally. Now, they are pure country. They play country music all the way through. If you're not a country person, I'm still going to strongly suggest you go see this band because they're a party. And if you like having a great time, get out and enjoy the party, which is called Britches Down. Full house. I struggled with my photos on the page. I'm sorry, I'm not a photographer, obviously. I take it with iPhone. And the lighting, I'm just going to say this. Gary Ridgway, if you're listening, the lighting at the Moose is a bitch for photography. It's just too dark on the stage to take good pictures. Now, there were some people obviously taken with some better cameras than I had, which did a great job. And it's wonderful there at the Moose. The stage is nice. It's a good setup. Great bar in the music venue area and all that. So I'm not dogging on them at all. I'm just saying the lighting, every time I go there to see a band, I struggle with getting good photographs. Now, if that doesn't matter to the Moose, it's okay. It's not my business, but it's the business of me to try to promote it and get some good photos. And everything I took looks really dark. And I tried to brighten them up, and all that edit stuff, but I leave that to the experts. I do. Hi, Chris Marks. He got to see Wild Frontiers. Actually played in Wild Frontiers. How about that? And at the VFW in Kettering. John said he saw the Battle of the Bands Saturday night in Hillsboro. That's awesome. And that where our friends from Vinyl Countdown won that one, I believe. They did. Roger said he saw the Michelle Robinson Band, Independence, on Thursday evening. She also played the VOA Country Music Fest, which was huge. And yeah, Bob, this thing is state-of-the-art stage. Everything is perfect, except it faces west. And it just hurts. It does. Back to Britches Down. Full house. Not to be negative, the lighting was the least of our worries. They had a party going on. It may have just been that they were shadowed by the entire crowd up dancing at the Moose. I will say one thing as well. I'm really into good sound. The sound was a little heavy on the low end, and I heard several people comment on that in the audience, that it was, the people that aren't sound people who were saying, man, the bass is too loud. Wasn't the bass guitar. It was just the subs that were super loud. Which, they hit you in the chest. If that's what their goal is, it was doing it. And a big party going on there at the Moose. Really a great band. Everybody in the band, both vocals and musicianship, is top notch. Let me tell you some of the songs they did here real quick. We'll talk about that for a minute. Lost Cause, Jelly Roll. That one's sometimes a little difficult, and they threw that one in. Fleetwood Mac Chains, I got to hear. Fishing in the Dark, Old Town Road. The band Perry's Better Dig 2. Wait in the Truck, a new tune, Hardy and Lainey Wilson tune, which they really did a great job on. 9 to 5, Dolly Parton tune, killed that as well. Crowd up dancing to that one and singing along. It was fun. Getting Over Him, a Laura and Elena John Party tune. Little White Church, Little Big Town there. What a great song that is. Then some of the standards and a lot of new country stuff. Luke Bryan, I guess this isn't new. Country Girls Shake It. That's how many years old now, but Luke Bryan in there and so many more they threw in that were nothing but a wonderful country music party. If you like country music, man, it's a band you'll want to go see for sure. And one thing I like about them as well is they all made a point of being very friendly to their audience and getting out on the breaks, chatting with people and so on. And at the Moose, they take a pretty good break for a drawing every Friday night. So the band gets a little chance to get out and mingle. And the one thing that happens a lot of times with bands at the Moose is after the drawing takes place for some big bucks, a lot of people leave. Well, that wasn't the case on Friday night. They were there to party with britches down. So, guys, as we do every week, we ask you if we talk about a band on the show, please go to their page, hit that little like button or follow button, and give them a quick follow. They'd appreciate it. And let's see. John says, yes, it was Vinyl Countdown. Perfect. And what else we got? Melody in the house. Saw Gina and Johnny hit the Lagoon Saloon and Electric Indigo. There you go. Mason Johnson in on that one. Going to check out Noah and Doug at the Mansion Hill. That didn't get any better. That is good. Hi, Kenneth. Thank you for being here. Guys, if you're out there, make some comments. The live viewership's a little slow right now. So please, if you can, drop in there. A lot of people on the YouTube, though. I appreciate you being on the YouTube. That's good. But yeah, if you're out there, please drop us a comment. Let us know who you are, where you're from. All that happy stuff. So rounding it out, Rich is down. Hell of a party. Sorry, I've never seen him before because I'll be back. And I've always dogged out sometimes the new country music. I'm an old school country guy and dogged that out a little bit on the show here. But I will tell you that the songs that they chose in their set list from the new country era were top notch. And they're definitely good party songs, good vocal songs for the singers in the band. Everything fit. And just a really good night. And Carlos, if you're still out there, man, thank the band. What a great night. It was wonderful. And let them know we enjoyed it so much, getting a chance to finally see you guys play. I missed you when you were at Heather's this year. We had another engagement that night, another concert actually we went to. But that's a good show, guys. Thank you so much. So Miamisburg Moose, it's a member only club. I don't know if they were letting guests in with members that night or not, to be honest with you. I'm a member there, so I don't know. And hey, Kenny, how are you? Thanks for being here. Who else we got out there? Mike Coons, how are you, Mike? Said the west-facing stage is a conspiracy against all musicians. Well, Mike, we know. I mean, we were there in May doing Springfest. And by the way, Mike, congratulations. You're a great contributor on that award they got, Best of Dayton, by being the wonderful production for that event this year. But we were there. Who would have thought that my stage clock I put up there to keep the time on the show and all that for everybody has a thermometer in it, and it was 105 on the stage in May. Compliments of a blazing sunset. And wonderful. Carlos, thank you, man. It was great to see you in that capacity. I mean, I've seen you in the Spongeworthy side for a lot of years, and great to see you change gears a little bit and playing with that band because you got some serious talent happening there for real. And if, a lot of people into country out there right now, and as you can tell by VOA Country Music Fest. So, yeah, I think this band's got some serious longevity to it and going to be keeping it kicking there for a long, long time. So let me move on. I want to hit up, hello, our friends from Ladder, Latter in the house. Good to see you with us. And let's roll on here and talk about Saturday. Anybody know Scott Houchins? Scotty Houchins, as a lot of people refer to him. Scott Houchins, raise your hand if you know him. What a voice. raspy. I kind of describe him like a Bruce Hornsby type sound. Mark Cohen, Walking in Memphis, that kind of stuff. But Scotty Houchins, man, he absolutely was killing it at Heather's on the patio Saturday night. His band was with him, and I have never seen him with a 4-piece group. I've always seen him with either just him and a drummer, maybe, because Scotty plays keyboards well and all that. But man, were they good. Some of the songs they threw at us, I jotted a few of them down. Several originals, which were top level, by the way. I loved his original tunes. And the nice thing I could like about his originals is I could understand the lyrics. I heard every lyric, and their sound was perfect for the room. But they did Against the Wind, Bob Seger, if you're into covers. Easy by the Commodores, his own kind of spin on that, which was excellent, I will say. The arrangement he did on it was so good. Elton's Honky Cat, he did Walking in Memphis. He went back in time, did Randy Travis, Digging Up Bones. And then out of that slid into Sarah Smile, Hall & Oates. So many, many more. Sat there the entire evening enjoying that beautiful patio at Heather's. What a nice night it was outside. We did not get to the VOA Fest. Sorry, I missed the 150,000 people on Saturday night. But Sean says, Scotty killed it. The entire band jammed. Yeah, I agree, Sean. I love Heather's too. And it's a great place to see live music. And the nice thing too is they're nice, but not nice. There's a noise ordinance in Springboro. So at 11 o'clock, it has a hard stop. So you're not there all night. It's not a 1 o'clock in the morning type event. Band starts early and plays to the dinner crowd. And then if the dinner crowd rolls out, usually the band crowd rolls in. And just a lot of fun. But Scott Houchins, man, he's always been a force. Excellent player. I got a chance to work with him when he played with Eric Girardi at Springfest. He did keyboards for Eric that night, and it was a great time. And I just got to say, hats off to his band, too. Like Sean Cooper just said, the entire band jammed. They're so good. I love the drummer, too. He was into his craft a lot. So rocking and rolling at Heather's with Scott Houchins, a big, wide variety of music by that group as well. Jimmy Kilroy, yeah, you're late. That's a demerit. Chris Kitchell in the house. How are you? Said, listen to Rick Sylvester at O'Leary's. I haven't heard Rick in a long time. Last time I caught Rick was at Milano's, actually, in the wintertime when I had Wednesdays off. Not anymore. So, and one thing else I want to say about Heather's on Saturday night with Scott Houchins is the environment. If you haven't been there, I heard numerous people talking about it being their first time there and how cool the patio was and how they didn't realize driving by it out front that it was that big, because you don't. If you go down the main drag in Springboro, it looks like a little coffee shop. I mean, it's a house. It's a big house, but it doesn't look like anything big. And let me tell you, it was huge. And the patio is great. A wonderful environment to see live local music. And Heather's got a wonderful menu, too, if you're into food, and nice beverages that she has. Lots of fun events going on there. So check that out. And let's see, what do we got? Some more comments here. Jimmy again. Corona, how are you, man? Good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. So as we roll on down the highway here into our Sunday, if you saw somebody play, we got that post out late on our page. So it's funny. I'm doing a little study on posts. If you post a picture and then the comments you say, hey, comment and tell us who you saw play over the weekend, you don't get anything. You get very few. It's like people don't see it. But if you just post the verbiage, it tends to be answered quite a bit. So we're learning. It's a definite interesting progressive thing that goes on with the Book of Face, and trying to get people to engage a little bit and tell the stories of their weekends and who they got to see. So Sunday, made it back down to historic Springboro again, because they have a second Sunday event that goes on. We hadn't been to it yet this year. Second Sunday in the month in historic Springboro. It's called the downtown area. There are vendors. There are crafts on the side streets and things like that. The vendors range from, everything from goat's milk soap to jewelry to, our friends Hope and Don, who had Miami Valley Millworks, who they're launching a new business where they do laser like engraving and etching and things like that. I don't know if it's laser or not, but it's that kind of thing. And they were doing some really unique stuff. So we're actually going to be promoting them on the show because they were doing some things there with Haul Around Town radio stuff. And I got to give Hope a shout out. She was wearing our Haul Around Town Support Local Music shirt in her booth. Thank you for that. But Heather always has live music during this event as well. While people are strolling the streets of Springboro, they can drop in and grab a Dora beverage. And the Dora area is all over Springboro. So you can walk around town with your adult beverage if you want. And she has live music. And Element 3 was there. Interesting group. This is a band that people were throwing requests at them and they were hitting it up. Hey, Eric Sears from the Kevin McCoy Band. Hope you had a great weekend. Tell Kevin another demerit for not sending me anything. I'm going to call him out every time because he would me. As we go, though, and talk about Element 3. All over the place. Type of band, 3-piece band there that was just getting it and doing a great job. And the people that follow that band are diehard dancers, man. They get up and dance to every song and run back to the table and get a drink of their adult beverage and run back to the dance floor and dance some more. Really fun to watch, too, because a lot of old school songs in there and a lot of old school dance moves going on the dance floor and stuff. A lot of fun. And just a nice, relaxing afternoon. Another beautiful day. We had a beautiful weekend. Could they have had any better weather for that big festival in Westchester? I mean, you couldn't have asked for better weather. Usually this time of year, it's 95 and 100% humidity. It was beautiful over the weekend. And it was beautiful on any of the patio events that went on out there. And I want to give a big shout out to Element 3 for entertaining us on a Sunday. We appreciate it. Took the dog. We had a good time, just chilling. And that's a band you can kind of lay back and chill to and listen to. Same with Scott Houchins on Saturday night. It was nice and relaxing. And not knocking anything that went on Friday. That was like stepping into a giant country rave party with britches down. It was crazy busy. Lots of good people there at the Moose as well. So that's our weekend, guys, in review. That's about it for us today. But again, on our page is a post that asks, who'd you see play over the weekend? We ask you, please give the bands a shout out and give the venues a shout out too. Tag them in it and let them know you're talking about them, because that makes bands' days. It does. When people are out there promoting them and saying how good they are and all those things, please drop it in our comments, and we'd appreciate that very much. We have a big week coming your way. We do. We have tomorrow at 5. We call it Hot Topic Tuesday. Spreading joy and judgment. My co-host Karis and I will be here. She's got a beautiful face for TV. I've got a face for radio. Join us for that one. Wednesday with the band coming your way on Wednesday at noon. And then also Thursday, Who's Playing Out, brought to you by our friends at Heather's in Springboro. And that is the list, as we call it, of who's playing out in the tri-state for the entire week. We take it Thursday through the following Wednesday. If your band would like to get on our list, you're welcome to send us a direct message to Haul Around Town Radio. We'll either get you involved in one of our weekly gig groups, but if you don't play weekly, you can just send it to us in a DM and we'll add it to the list. We do not go out and search them out, however. In any of the venues you hear us mention, they send it to us. They take the time to do it. We promote them. That's how it works. So thank you all for being here. Hope you had a great day with us. We had a great day with you. Eric Sears, I hope you're doing well if you're still out there. And the rest of you who joined us today on this day, if you're watching after we're live, please drop us a comment. Let us know you were watching and who you are. And we'll be back with you tomorrow at 5 o'clock live right here with Karis and Scott and Hot Topic Tuesday. Until next time, guys, hope you have a great night and get out this week and support live local music and the bands and venues that bring it to you. All right. That's how it works.
This is Jim Cuesta with Deviate and Dreamboat Annie, a tribute to Heart. When I want to find out who's playing around town, I listen to Haul Around Town Radio.
Thank you, Jimmy. We're out of here. The Haul Around Town theme song brought to you by our friends in Sweet Sister Mercy. Sing it, Mark.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show.
Show.
I flip on the book of face.
Book of face.
to the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest brand info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio.
Here's Bob Klein. Thanks, Bob.
It's the Weekend Review. It's a Bible coming for you. We're speaking with the fans. Sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're covering who's playing out off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday